Connecting.
So every region on the map is shown as a series of lines and dots. The dots represent the systems, and between each system is each link. Pochven is shown as its own separated area, and it's now very clear to see Pochven as its own thing. There are a bunch of other modes you can look at. One of the first things I'm going to look at is the new mining overlay, and you've got various categories on here which you can set as favourites. All anomalies, showing where all anomalies are spawning. You have ore distribution, shows you all of your mining belts and ores across the universe. Class 1 ore, which is your basic stuff. There's all your kernite, umber, pyroxes, yttrium, morgunium, plagiar clays, scordite and feldspar. If you go back there, you can then select class 2 ores, which is your kind of more specialist stuff in much smaller quantities. And then you can go back and show your class 3 ores, your arcan ores, your bisto, Eucinium, mercoxite, eugenite, and these are the ones that normally spawn in their own anomalies. And you can go and find them, you can see where they are on the map. I like to look at class 1 ores, so I might want to look at pyrox, and then I can see at a glance, I can zoom in on any place and see how many belts there are in a system that might have. So if I click on this one here, that shows me there's 34 asteroid belts in that system that may include pyroxes. Other things that we can see from here, you can filter just straight into class ores from here. We can also look at phased fields. Now this is part of the new one of the new features, where, though there aren't any showing up at the minute, so there's no publicly showing phased fields at the minute, but eventually, once everything's live and a few of these start appearing in low sec and null, you will be able to see where these phased fields exist, and where it can go, and it will show you the ones that have been in-game long enough to actually show as a public beacon that anyone can see. There's a couple of interesting settings to look at as well. So let's say I just look at geography, and we're looking at security status, for example, and it does show in a very colourful way quite clearly where all your high sec, low sec, null areas are, and obviously Pochven is showing as a null sec, it's 0 security. We can do, there's a little toggle here above your right hand button right down here, and if you hit that toggle, what it does when you zoom in, so at the minute I've got it on kind of non-persistent temporary, and if you hover over an area you get all the surrounding security statuses. For example, if you were looking at other statistics, it would show those instead. And if I go back to toggle this on, then the security status persists. Now it only comes in at a certain zoom level once you zoom into an area. Further out than that, it's just the colours and the blocks. And you can see the different security levels. I kind of like it like this. You may want to fiddle around with this, and obviously all these new settings you'll get to play with. Wherever you want to look on the map. So that's kind of cool. One of the other cool new features about the map that they've introduced is the ability to see your jump range. If you're in a jump capable ship, you can see what your jump range is. So I am currently here in this system for random reasons. If I hover over a system that's got a triangle on it, it shows me that it's within jump range. That's the distance, shows me 1.247 light years. My jump fatigue after the jump will be 22 minutes and 29 seconds. That's my jump fatigue, not the time between jumps that I can take. And then it will tell me that will take, in the ship I'm in, which happens to be a Nidhogger, it will show me that shows 1,870 hydrogen isotopes. It tells you what fuel and how much you'll need based on whatever ship you're flying. And as you zoom out, and obviously you can't jump to your own system, to the system that you're in, but if you zoom out and you start getting the little circular systems, and that's the limit of your jump range, it says it's not within range. That's showing a distance of 8.9 light years to get to there. Over here, so I can get all the way over here at 6.385 light years, but if I want to go to the system over for that, that's just over 7 light years, which is the maximum jump range of my carrier. Really cool, and that works as soon as you are in a jump capable ship. Really very useful way of seeing how far you can jump very easily, with a lot more information about the jump, how much fuel and things like that it's going to use, than you used to get with just a bubble on the 3D map. As with all new features, I would encourage you to have a look around. Take your time, play with the map, play with the settings, play with the favourites, have a look at what you can see, and just experiment and set up your own way of using the map. Everyone's going to find it, everyone's going to use it differently, but I think actually, as much as I'm a big fan of the 3D map, I think I'm going to be a much bigger fan of this 2D map.